Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Rituja Ki Pathshala and myself Rituja Nirvan, and today is my fourth lecture into my YouTube channel. In the previous lecture we have seen that what are the basic important things to be learned before learning the main SQL topic, that is structured query language topic. Now today we are going to see what is SQL, then what are the basic fundamentals in the SQL and where we can use it in a rapid way to rapid our work. But before that, if you are thinking like, if you don't want to transform into your career into the data science and artificial intelligence field, you want to enhance your career in the different fields, but I would like to share you with all a good news that the SQL is not only used in the data science or the artificial intelligence field. SQL is used in many of the fields, which is used in many of the important fields which is used in the corporate world. So just have a look towards it and don't get surprised by looking into this. I will just explain you in a very simple way. Okay, so today we are going to see the topic called as structured query language, that is SQL language. Now, first of all, I would like to tell you that this SQL language is used in which different kind of fields. So, as you can see that these are the many types of different fields that is called as the, as you can see, that is data scientist. In the data scientist field, SQL language is used. Then secondly is the data analysis field. If you are looking forward towards the data analysis field, looking forward to transform in your career, for that also SQL language is important to you to be learned. Then third is the business analyst. Then fourth field is a SQL developer field. SQL developer, for the designation of this, also you should know the SQL language, of course. Then for the SQL report writer, the SQL language is also required. Then for the web designer, it is required. Then for the quality assurance engineer, also the SQL is required. Then for the service engineer as well, the SQL language is required. Then for the software engineer, if you are looking forward to become a software engineer, for that also the SQL language is required to be learned. Then the data warehouse architect, if you are looking forward to into this, then also the SQL language is required. Then the database administrator, oh I missed it, full stack developer as well. This is the most important and most demanding field the people are looking into. So if you are looking forward to become a full stack developer, that may be any kind of developer, that is a full stack Java developer or full stack Python developer, in that field also the SQL language is required. Then for the ETL, that is transform and load data, that is for this developer also the SQL language is required. Then for the net developer as well the SQL language is required. Software consultant, then the database developer and the database modeler. For all these hot designations, if you are looking forward to transforming your career into any of this designation, any of this field, then for I would like to tell all of you that guys, for all this you need to require, it is very important for you to learn the SQL language, that is structured query language. Okay, for that you can have a look into it, and it is very important for that. Okay, now let's move towards that what is SQL and what are the different fundamentals of the SQL. Now I would like to tell you that guys, many of the times we are always told that that if you want to transform, if you want to become a SQL developer, Java developer or Python developer or a data scientist or data analyst, if you want to become this that, then you need to learn this following things. All are telling this, but why you need to learn that what is SQL? Means SQL is important for the field of data science and artificial intelligence. For these two fields, SQL is the most important language. If you are looking forward to transform your career into this, then the SQL is the most important language. But why it is an important language? Because SQL is stands for structured query language. It is a type of language. Just like as we are having the English language, Hindi language, Marathi language, Japanese language, French language, German language, as these kind of different languages are there. Then what is a language? It is a medium which is used to transform, which is used to communicate between the two individuals, between the two different individuals. So in the same way, this SQL language is a language which is act as a medium between the individual user or a programmer and the computer. Computer is a one user, and we individual human being is another user, and the language, the medium which is the medium which is used in between two of this is the SQL language, that is structured query language. Okay, in the structured query language is mostly used in the database field. That is, as in the earlier lecture I have told you. If you have not seen my earlier lecture, please look into this. There I have explained thoroughly that is what is DBMS, that is database management system. So here in that database management system, this SQL language plays a very important role in managing the data. Okay, now SQL language is also used for CRUD program. Now, CRUD, as you all know, it is very famous. That is create, retrieve, update, and delete. So some of the beginners don't know about this CRUD function. So I would like to tell you that create means creating the database, then retrieving the database means to fetch the database, then update, if you want to update anything in the database, that is update, and delete the database means if you don't want any kind of database, that means delete. So in that function, the SQL plays a very important role, that is a CRUD function, and it is also used to manipulate the language. Whatever the people, whichever means whatever amount of data, the ample amount of data, the more amount of data, the more management will be needed. And for the management of that data, for the management of the databases which the people are using in the corporate world, for that this language is specially designed for that, that is a structured query language. So it is very important for you to learn this language. So I hope guys you understand that why you need to learn SQL language, that is structured query language. Okay, so this language is also used is also used when you want to do your work rapidly. Just like I would like to take an example for an SQL developer. If you want to become an SQL developer, here what is needed to be done, that you are given the database, then you are expected to do that, clean the data, then transform the data, then create the data. If any null values are there, then remove that null values, if fill that null values, all these things. So these are the very important things in the data scientist field and artificial intelligence field also. Being a SQL developer, team is there for the means dedicated team is there for the different work in the MNCs, okay, multinational companies. So there, this SQL team, what that SQL team is playing the role of, it is playing the role of just cleaning the data and giving a clean sheet of the data in the hands of you, so that you can do your work, further work in the rapid way. Okay, so these are the basic uses of structured query language, that is SQL. Now in the SQL, what is the thing that there are many, like there are the table format, then there are the where clauses, then there are the operators, there are the data constraints, then there are the different types of SQL servers, that is MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, and DBSQL. So all these kind of softwares are also means all this kind of software databases are used, where databases are there where we use this SQL language. So for today guys, I hope you understand why we are learning SQL for the field of, if you are transforming your career in the field of data science and artificial intelligence, or any other field if you are interested to transform your career, SQL language is very important for you. In the further lecture, we are going to see how to install the SQL server then in your computer setup. Then after that, we are going to see the commands in the SQL. That is, there are 4 types of different commands in the SQL, from where all our journey towards SQL will start. So I hope guys for today you have learned this particular thing in a very well manner. Thank you so much guys for watching me, and have a good day ahead.